Hey friend, I'm a gallery owner and an artist, and I'm really bad at selling my own art, especially online. Then I met Tracy. Today I'm interviewing her in this video, and she has sold over 100 pieces of art in the last few years and taught herself to paint during COVID-19. I think you're going to be really encouraged and inspired in this video interview. Let's get on and listen to the conversation. I'm very excited because today we're talking more about how to sell your art, how to make money from your art, how to value art, how to value you. And I thought today I'm going to be talking about getting your art into galleries. Well, galleries aren't just a building anymore. We have online versions. And I thought no better to ask a friend who I don't know super well, a friend of a friend. So I'm looking forward to getting to know you a bit more. Introducing Tracy Samios. I'm super excited to have you here because I know that you've been selling quite a lot of art online, maybe other places, but I thought it'd be really good to hear a little bit of your story because people watching this will be interested in, and I have friends and myself. I want to know how to sell my own art. I've been terrible at it. I've owned a gallery and it's not the right clientele for my art. And, I'm about to sell my gallery now and get more serious about selling my art. So I want to get some advice from you as well. You'll be like, from me? No, I think you have some knowledge that a lot of us would like to hear. So let's get back to the start of who you are. How did you come to start painting? We'll start there.
I started painting when COVID hit.
Uh-huh.
So before COVID, I didn't really paint at all.
Wow.
And I just happened to retire when COVID. In 2021, I wasn't working, I retired. So I started joining on a Facebook. It was an art workshop for 10 weeks. So, maybe an art challenge, but anyway, there's a lady down in Hawthorne offering this online, and it was a 10 weeks. So every Saturday you sat from 10 a.m. till 6 p.m. on the Saturday.
Wow.
And you were given a reference photo. It was a different theme every week.
Yep.
And so you sat for the whole day. She provided you with a Spotify music list.
Ah, cool.
It was fantastic. And so after the 10 weeks, it wasn't just me, it was also 60 other people around Australia. Most of them were women. And we had to send in progress photos every 2 hours.
Oh, wow.
I got to see how other women went about producing their painting, and you had to finish it at 6 p.m. So you got
the pressure. Yeah.
A painting within that time frame. So I learned so much during that 10 weeks. It opened my eyes, really.
Yeah.
And I decided after that, well, this is what I want to do. I did know that back when I was 18, but I thought I had no talent. Yeah. So office job for the rest of my life. And then when I retire, I want to paint.
Yep.
Whether I'm any good at it or not, I want to paint. So
wow, good on you.
I bought lots of paints and lots of canvases and decided I was going to paint every day, and I just chose whatever I felt like. I had no theme or no style.
Yeah.
And I just painted every day, and I ended up with probably about 100 paintings at home.
Wow.
And I thought, I wonder if I could sell some of these.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, I better look online and just see what platforms there are.
So what point was that? Was that a year in, or like after you'd started, or?
It was probably about 6 months in.
Oh, not far in.
So
you're prolific. Just go every day. Wow.
Well, I can see how it was progressing. I was getting a little bit better, understanding a little bit more.
Yeah.
Still wasn't good, but I remember my first piece was really a nook in our bedroom. It was a wingback chair in a corner that had a cushion on it, and I painted that. And I thought, well, maybe I'll start with that one, and I'll put that on the platform of Blue Thumb, because I had looked into Blue Thumb.
Yep.
Didn't know much about it.
Is it an international thing, or is it an Australian thing, Blue Thumb?
It is Australian. It was initially Australian, and they have branched out in the US now,
Okay, cool.
but it's separate. You've got
Yes.
Australian blue thumb
Yes.
and you've got American blue thumb. So I watched blue thumb for a little while. Learned how to put a painting on for sale, found out that it doesn't cost anything to put your painting on for sale. It takes
Okay.
half an hour to list it,
Yep.
putting photos, putting a little spiel, putting tag words.
Yep.
So yeah, it takes about half an hour. And they used to charge 30% commission.
Yeah. I was
but
going to ask
they
you that.
recently bumped it up to 35%.
Oh,
So you
okay.
have to factor that into your
Yes.
sale price now. The shipping costs are added into the sale price. So
Okay.
the
So,
buyer pays for the shipping.
and you have to do all of that packaging and sending, and of
You
course
work
that.
all of that out yourself.
Mhm.
And when you do sell a painting, you do package it up yourself. And it either gets, you either send it off at Australia Post, or if it's too big, it gets picked up by a courier
Wow.
that Blue Thumb organise. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So they have suggested, yeah, couriers.
Yes. Yes.
Cool. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
So
Amazing.
it was a lot to learn. I joined the Blue Thumb Artists Facebook page,
Okay.
and that is a lot of question and answers in
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot reading those and have become friends with a lot of the artists.
Lovely. Lovely.
Page. Visited some of them.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a real journey over time.
That's
I was not successful straight away. I was
yeah.
blown away with the sale of that first piece.
Yes.
It
Tell
was,
us a bit about that first. So you put up, like, we'll get into some more in a minute because other people will be wondering this and how they can actually, and I am too, how you go about that. Like you have sort of like a website section on their website that's yours. Is that
yeah,
right? And you upload your information. So how can we ask how much your first one was and like how much you sold it for? You
yeah.
don't have to say anything, but yeah.
No, it was $810.
Yep.
And I
How
couldn't
did you decide on that
believe
price, by the way?
okay. I looked at other people's paintings that were the same size and
Yep.
in the same genre, and I thought, okay, they've got 800 on theirs. I'll put that on it, and
Yep.
if it doesn't sell, it doesn't matter. It
Yeah,
doesn't.
yeah, just started somewhere. Yeah.
And to my amazement, it sold, and that gave me a real boost,
Yeah.
and gives you confidence, gives you
Yes.
validation.
Yes. How
And
long after you put it up did it sell?
I think it was a couple of months.
Yep.
It was like up for about 2 months, and then it sold.
So in that time, again, think about other people. Not to give up, just hang in there. And were you putting up others during that time as well?
I was putting up others regularly,
Yeah.
and for the first year, I sold 3 paintings.
Interesting. Wow.
Second year, I sold 3 paintings.
Wow.
The third year, it jumped.
Wow.
Now, the reason I think it jumped was that I was painting just landscape, everything.
Yeah. And this was because you just love painting. You just wanted to do it, just get it out. Yeah.
Yep. And I think in the third year, my husband and I just happened to go on a trip to Ireland, and I just loved walking in Ireland in the countryside. And when I came back, I thought, this is what I want to paint. I want to paint a man or a woman walking a dog in the Irish countryside with a cottage, coast. And I had found out over time, it was said to me by the lady in that original workshop that I did at the end of the 10 weeks, she said, I believe your style is naive.
Yeah.
And I was quite offended by that.
Like, what do you mean by naive?
I hadn't heard of naive.
Yeah. Like, are you criticizing my work?
And she said, this is all messaging.
Yeah.
And she said, I suggest you look at, she named a few artists that were naive artists for me to look at.
Yeah.
I remember one was Dean Bowen. And so I looked up Dean Bowen and I thought, I love his work. Oh, okay, that's naive art. I do like it. That's why I obviously have gone down that road.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these paintings that of Ireland, they must resonate with people.
Yeah, right.
Walking your dog, it must,
Mm.
people must like that. And they took off in the third year.
And
And
you think, sorry, I'm
oh, go on.
too excited. Do you think that's because you really knuckled down and got a style that was regular? The others, the last few, the six that you sold were sort of all different and not really.
That's right.
Mm,
Yeah. And I think
interesting.
people could recognize my artwork,
Yep.
and I started to get more followers. Blue Thumb picked up on my art, and
Yep.
there's a few different headings under Blue Thumb that people look at.
Yep.
Buyers look at it, and artists look under these three main columns. Well, that's what I
Yep.
think.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And one column is one is it's staff picks.
Yep.
So every day, a
Yep.
Blue Thumb staff member picks
Oh.
about picks about 10 paintings and
Oh.
puts them up under staff picks,
Yeah.
and everyone looks to see, oh, did I get picked?
Mm.
Did I get
Yeah, I
picked?
bet. Yeah.
And also buyers look at those because they think, well, if the Blue Thumb staff think they're good, they must be good.
Yep. Yep.
It's so that's one thing that everyone looks at every day.
Yeah.
Another heading is just sold. So they don't
Wow.
normally see this. You don't know this at galleries. You don't have that information on
Mm.
websites usually to see
Mm.
what artwork has just sold,
Yes.
how much it sold for.
Ah.
So that's listed. The
Yeah.
history of that is listed on the website under just sold, and it goes
Yeah.
back and back and back.
Mm-mm.
And then the third one is a heading of curations. And
Yep.
curations is done usually on a monthly basis. And a curator from Blue Thumb will pick out, well, probably about 30 pieces
Wow.
of a theme. And if you get chosen under that once a month, well,
Yep.
again, you are going to get eyes on your work.
Wow.
And another thing that Blue Thumb have that this is a thing that I actually pay for each year,
Yep.
and it's all the data, what do they call it? All
Analytics.
the analytics. That's
Yeah.
it. I pay about $200 a year
Yeah.
to see how many people look at my work
Good.
and how many people put the work in their cart.
Yeah, right. And then
So many people add your work to their cart, but they don't actually buy it.
come on, press
Yeah.
pay.
Yeah. So that's really interesting to see all of that information
Yeah.
at your fingertips. Yeah.
Just before you go on, we're all itching to hear how much you've sold now. Like you said, 6 in the first 2 years. So what's happening now for you?
Well, all up
Yep.
over the whole,
Drum roll.
sold 109 paintings on Blue Thumb.
Wow.
I think I did write it down, but I think I sold about 42 paintings in 2024.
Wow.
And this year I think I'm up to, I can't remember, I wrote it down. It's 20, I think it's up to 20 something.
Yeah, you're going to smash it this year.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
So,
so wonderful. It must be so rewarding for you to see what's happened and just
it's
consistency.
such a buzz
Yeah.
you get the message on your phone and
Oh,
you're like, wow.
mm.
Yeah. So, but most of my regular paintings, they're all about 40 centimeters by 50 centimeters,
Yep.
and they're priced around the 950 mark.
Yep.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
out of everything that goes to Blue Thumb, I will get, well, I used to get $603 out of that.
Yep.
But because they've taken another 5%, it's gone down to probably about 550.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that gives you an idea of,
Yeah.
yeah.
So 35% is what they're taking at the moment, but
Well,
you've got to
it
do.
sounds like half in a way, but
Yeah.
they say it's 35%. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, fascinating. So there's quite a lot of different sort of, places to sell online. I know there's another Australian one. I can't think of the name of it. I'll put the name of it up here because I'll think of it later.
Yeah.
Which people might be interested in, or all around the world there's different online stuff. But it's really interesting. I am right in the middle. Like, I'm terrible at getting my art out there. I've probably sold $100,000 worth of paintings, but that's over like a period of 12 years, right? So, I mean, it's not living off my art. And I don't think I've sold one for over a year. And I'm not putting any effort into it. And the gallery that I own, which you know of, it's not the clientele. Like, they more likely sell between $200 and $1,000. Although I have sold one piece, two piece, three, I don't know how many, couple of pieces there over the years. But anyway, so for me, I had always, now forgive me for my ignorance, and other people will be thinking this too, probably, if I am. I've always thought of the online stuff as being a little bit cheaper, a bit like, because people can't get to see the thing and they're just like, just wanting to get whatever they want. It feels like it's so much more advanced and so much more professional in terms of like people putting, like, would you recommend me putting art up is what I'm trying to get to, I'm nervous because I'm like, is the clientele there that want to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on a painting?
They are there.
Okay.
We do have the clientele, and you'll be able to see that if you look at the just sold section. They are selling. There are people in Australia are well off and are able to afford to buy art.
Come on, people.
And as an example, I had a piece that I had at Beringa in Adelaide.
Yeah, the gallery you had a studio at.
And it was on display for a while, and I really liked it. And in the back of my mind, I thought, I don't really want to sell it because I like it.
Yeah.
So what you do is you put a ridiculous
price up.
Yeah. So I put a price of $6,400 on it. I had it on Blue Thumb so people could see what I could do.
Yeah.
And this was a 1 meter by 1.2 meter.
Yeah.
And it was framed. It was in a beautiful Tasmanian oak frame by Stephen Glover.
Yep.
And when I got the message that it sold on my phone, I could not believe it.
Oh my goodness.
And it just shows that there are people who have got money. If they like your art, they will buy it.
Wow.
And they do have the audience of, I see what paintings sell for on there.
And it's interesting, like, I actually went to some galleries around because I've started the journey. I haven't got very far trying to sell my gallery and then I'll do it. But I went down the Mornington Peninsula in Australia. There's this beautiful, in Victoria, beautiful peninsula where there's lots of galleries and stuff. But I just came back not feeling very inspired, to be honest. And this is really fascinating. No, and what I was getting at with that was people, that's a bit of a trek to get down there. So if someone wants to buy a piece of art, they're going to do more online stuff now. Hey, it's just going to be looking on. So how do you feel like when, like, if I was to buy a piece of art, I'd like to see it in person in terms of it looking like, I want to see how far out it sits from the wall and stuff. Do you have pictures of all of that as well?
Yeah.
Or is it just straight on?
You put on about, I think it's 6 photos. And you show the side.
Yeah, great.
The frame from the side sort of thing, and a close-up. There's about 6 different photos that they ask you to take.
They suggest, okay. Very interesting. Wow. Seriously, I was so glad I hadn't talked to you before, recording this, because I want people to know my reaction to this, because other people too will be asking the questions. I know I've got a couple of friends who are artists who, like, how do I get my work out there? Who they live, a fair way away, and it's hard to get to galleries and stuff. So fascinating. So that's the only place that you sell now is online?
Pretty much. I sold a few through Beringa.
Yes, through
the art gallery in Adelaide. But apart from that, it's otherwise it's direct to people that I know. I get a few commissions here and there, and
so good.
But Blue Thumb is the main.
And I have to ask, because I'm an oil painter, and I know you've come to some of my little classes. Are
Yes.
you acrylic or oils?
I'm acrylic,
Acrylic,
but
yeah.
I'm spending a lot of time down in Mount Martha.
Yep.
I have left Beringa, and I needed somewhere else I could go.
Yes.
And there's a place in Muradak called the Studio and Co.
Uh-huh.
So I've started an oil class
Ooh,
at Studio and Co with an oil painter there.
great.
Yeah,
Yep.
so I'm getting a fix of oil each week, but it's uh it's it's not easy.
Ah,
It can be, but
you know
um,
me, I say it's easy, but anyway, if you're used to one specific, type, it's
I
hard.
think it's because I am used to the paint drying very quickly,
Yes. Yeah.
and oil is a lot easier to move,
Mm-mm.
but it doesn't dry. It'll
No.
If you
And
use a
it,
medium, it'll dry by the next day. Yeah.
yeah, and I think your style, I mean, it would work with both, in my opinion, but I think it's you don't have to blend a lot. You've got a lot of flat colors, haven't you? So
That's right.
there's no
Yeah,
real need for oils if you don't want to do that. So yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
I do enjoy both. I do enjoy.
Yeah, 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 cool. Well, you know me, I'm an oil advocate.
Yeah, and your work is fantastic.
Oh, yeah, it's good fun. I love it. Except I've got way too many paintings sitting around now, and I'm like, I've got to get some.
They need to move. Yes.
I
Yeah.
need to
They need
move.
to sell. Yes.
I need to sell. So I'm feeling really inspired by listening to you. So, what is your dream from here with your art? And then I'm going to
I,
ask you what you suggest to others, like, a little bit about that. But what's your dream?
I want to just continue. I think I have slowed down a little bit because for me it wasn't it was like entering the Archibald. I wanted to do it. I didn't
Yep.
get through, but it
Yep.
was the experience, and it was wow, I achieved entering.
Yes.
The next thing was I had an exhibition. Wow, I
Yeah.
achieved having an art exhibition. I never thought that would ever happen in my life.
Yes.
And now that I have been selling on Blue Thumb, I don't have that drive to have to, oh, I must put something on every day or I must sell something this
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
I'll do it at my leisure
Yeah. Yeah.
and and do other things, there's other things that are important too, family
Of course. Yes. Yeah. You
and
don't want it to
friends.
control your life.
Yeah. So
Mm-mm.
I do enjoy painting,
Mm.
but I'll do it at my leisure. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Mm.
So with painting, I do enjoy painting the scenes of Ireland,
Mm.
um, and I know that I'll keep doing them because they do seem to sell.
Yeah. Are you going to go back there again? Or?
I'd love to go back.
I bet you would.
I love the UK. I love Scotland. I love Ireland. I love Wales. I love everything over there. Yeah,
Mm. Yeah.
wonderful.
Well, I bet you're glad you went. That was a real turning point for you, wasn't it, really?
Yeah, yeah,
A lot of my teachings and stuff, and I'm doing an online course called Oil Painting Made Easy coming soon.
yeah.
But it's about, discovering your creative dreams, but it's all about helping people or reminding people to paint things that they love, and be passionate about that. And I don't know about you, but you started to paint something that you absolutely loved, and I
Mm.
think it comes out in the styles and the I think it comes out and people can feel that even through the internet.
Thank you.
So yeah, good on you for following your heart with that.
Oh, thank you.
Amazing. Um, so I suppose one of the last questions would be, what would you suggest? You already suggested, you already convinced me. But if someone else is watching this, and they're like me, how can you help us feel a little bit more relaxed about, selling work online? I don't know. What do you want to say to us?
Well, I was apprehensive to start with,
Yeah.
and once you sell a few and you've
Mm,
sent them off and the
mm.
money's gone in your account, you feel a lot easier about it.
Yeah.
And I guess it just goes on from there.
Yeah.
Having bigger pieces, I I think the worry for you would be is my painting going to get wrecked in the
Yeah, absolutely.
sent somewhere? So
Yeah.
that would be my concern, having bigger pieces.
Mm.
So I'd still do it though.
Yeah, I suppose with that, you get used to, I mean, it sounds like Blue Thumb's got some suggestions for larger courier type things. So
Yeah,
you would get an idea after a while because, oh gosh, like I said, I put aside a whole flipping day and trying to wrestle with cardboard and
yeah, yeah.
oh, with bigger
I
pieces.
do know some people with bigger pieces do take the canvases off and roll them
Oh,
up
wow.
and send them off. I was hearing about one the other day where the artist does have that done,
Mm,
and the frame gets packed up
wow.
and it gets assembled again when it gets to.
Wow. They probably have like a framer or something who they can send it to, I
It
suppose.
does all the professional,
Wow.
that way it's not going to get. And
Yes.
they do tell you have to roll it up at
Have to
the
have something
outside.
on it when you're rolling it. And
Yeah,
yeah, okay. Oof.
yeah.
Sometimes I'll be like, I'm just going to drive there. I'm going to WA and I'm delivering myself with the van. I'm going to get a
Well,
van.
depending how much it sells for. But
Are you allowed to do that? Can you hand deliver it yourself or do they suggest
yes,
not a
I'm
good?
actually hand delivering one tomorrow or the next day
Oh, cool.
because it's very local. And
Yep.
any in Melbourne, if they're not too far,
Yeah.
I like to deliver them
Yeah.
because you get the backstory of why that
I
person
know. That's
bought it.
lovely. Yeah.
That means so much.
So is there anything else you want to say, to people who might be watching this who are nervous and
Oh no, go for it. Just
go
go
for it.
for it. That's been my motto for the last
Go for it.
4 years. Just go for it. Well, because I'm 62 now and
Hmm.
I don't have a lot of, well, I've got a bit of time, I hope, but
Yeah.
not as much as if you were starting out,
Yeah. Yeah.
20s or 30s.
Mm-mm.
I've come to this late and
Yeah.
I've had to hit the ground running and
Yeah.
and and just go for it, really.
Go for it. Even if you're
Yeah,
70 now, people, you can do it now.
just do it.
80.
Enjoy it.
90.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, it's never too late, hey?
And the artists that are around you that they they lift you up
Mm,
and you learn from other artists too.
yeah, yeah.
So if you can get in an area where there are other artists,
You mean physically, because you were part of an
yeah,
artist sort of group with the gallery here in Melbourne.
and
Uh,
so supportive,
yeah, it's really
and
good.
I learned a lot from them too.
Mm, mm,
Yeah.
mm. I have a dream to do something more with that in the future, but I don't know whether I'm meant to be slowing down or gearing up to something else, but we'll see what happens. One step at a time. But it's been so lovely to hear your story. And good on you for just going, I want to paint and I'm going to do it. And COVID, I mean, I started doing my online classes during COVID. There's a lot of positives.
They're fantastic. I watch your online classes and I love them.
Oh,
I've learned
it's
from them too.
That's great. Oh, doing YouTubes, as we are here, this will be on YouTube.
Yep,
Just trying to help people know how important creativity, especially painting, is for our mental health. It's just so
it's
good. Well,
very
it's
true.
another subject to quickly, round up with. How do you find, I mean, I know the answer to this because everyone says yes, but tell me how it is for you in your own personal life in terms of what it does for you as you paint.
Well, it's calming.
Mm,
It it just brings a zen to how you feel.
I
You,
love that.
you
A
feel,
zen.
yeah,
Yeah, it's the
it
zen.
makes you
Yeah.
feel very happy. And
Yeah. It's the best drug, eh?
creating something is just the best. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Oh, well, I'm so happy. Thank you for saying yes. I only asked you a few hours ago. So thank you
that's
for
all right.
saying yes to this.
My pleasure.
And you did a beautiful job.
Oh, thank you.
Very helpful and very inspiring to hear your story. So thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Heather.
Thanks,
Thank
Tracy.
you.
Bye.
Great talking to you.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.
Okay, talk soon.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that interview with Tracy. I know I did, and I have already started since editing this video uploading some things to Blue Thumb, so I'll keep you posted about how I go with that. But I want to remind you that I have a free download for you below that will really help you with anything like this when you're uploading to exhibitions or to online. It's a free document down below, so it will help you get all the information you need, like the size and the name and what medium it is and all those things that you really need when you're uploading online or to an exhibition. So please go and get that. It's my gift to you today. Until next time, keep creating, keep enjoying your life, and I'll see you next week.